We all know that OpenAI has their very own canvas. Even Claude has artifacts, and now Gemini has their own canvas as well. But what about xAI's Grok models? Well, no need to worry, as the Grok team has released their first version of a Grok Studio. Now, what I'm talking about is where you can use AI to collaborate on content together. This is essentially a new sort of way for you to interact with whatever is being generated live in action. And now Grok has released their Grok Studio, which is where Grok can now generate documents, code, reports, and browser games. It's open to whatever generation that you would prompt in, and something that I really like about the xAI team is that they not only released their Grok Models API, but they also released a new functionality with this studio, which is way different than the other ones that we've seen with other models. For example, you have code execution built within the studio to generate code, and you can instantly preview it as to how it runs in the preview tab, whether it's HTML snippets, Python scripts, C++, JavaScript, TypeScript, or even Bash. Grok Studio supports it all right in this box. This is where they are now letting you do a lot more within their actual app. And here's the biggest feature so far, the Google Drive integration, which is something that we haven't seen with other sorts of canvases. You can now attach files directly from your Google Drive, and Grok can interact with your docs, sheets, and slides. This means smarter document processing, spreadsheet analysis, and even slide editing right inside Grok Studio. But before we get started with today's video, allow me to introduce today's video sponsor, Mammoth AI. If you're jumping between different AI tools every single day, let me save you some serious time, as Mammoth brings all of them together in one place. Now, when I said you have access to all the models, you actually do, because you have so many different text models, image models, web searching models, as well as reasoning models. If you need stunning visuals, Mammoth also taps into top-tier image generation models like Midjourney, DALL-E, and Stable Diffusion, where you can get these beautiful images generated within a couple of seconds. And here's where it gets powerful. Set up your own custom Mammoth with tailored context, giving it everything it needs to support you effectively on your projects. It's like having a personal AI assistant that actually understands what you're working on. On top of all this, you have so much more like image and file upload, one-click reprompting, multi-devices, AI web search, vocal chat, and then lastly, Project Mammoth. All of that for just $10 a month. Yes, you heard me right, just $10 a month. No extra charges, no switching tabs, just pure AI power in one single place. Use the link in the description below to get started with Mammoth AI. But with that thought, let's dive right back into today's video. Now, to get started, it's super easy. You can actually get started fully free with an account with xAI. You just need to simply have it created, but there's going to be rate limits to it, so just keep that in mind. But with the premium tier, you get the access of unlimited actions of using this canvas. So in this case, you can use the Grok 3 as well as the Grok 2 model, and then you can also enable search. Now, you can also enable thinking mode that takes more time to reason and process your answer. Deep search is where it is gonna use advanced searching techniques to use multiple sources to get you an answer. And this is actually something I use on a daily basis because it's the best searching processing tool that's available at this current moment. Better than ChatGPT, better than Claude, and all of the other models. Now, what I really like now is that if you click on attach, you can connect to your Google Drive, which is going to make this whole process easier for data analysis. Another cool thing is that you can have these new workspaces. Essentially, you can create different sorts of workspaces where you can collaborate and attach different sorts of contents within that isolated environment. And like I said, you get a lot of flexibility with this. You can generate documents, you can generate research, reports, and get a live visualization of it. You can also generate apps with this tool. So in this case, I can ask it, generate or create me a SaaS landing page. And then we can go ahead and send it in, and you're going to be able to see live visualization of the content being generated. And once it has finished generating this, you can actually take a look at the preview of it within the preview tab. And it looks like it has now been generated, and there we go. We have a preview of this application or the SaaS landing page. And what you can also do is you can iterate on it further. So you can say change the color and make it look more modern, and then we can go ahead and send that prompt in, and it's going to then go ahead and work on the second iteration of it, and then you can take a look at that second iteration over here. But say if you want to go back to the previous iteration, you would simply just click on the first generation. Before we get started, I just want to mention that you should definitely go ahead and subscribe to the World of AI newsletter. I'm constantly posting different newsletters on a weekly basis, so this is where you can easily get up-to-date knowledge about what is happening in the AI space. So definitely go ahead and subscribe, as this is completely for free. And there we go. We now have a new color scheme for this landing page, which looks absolutely amazing in comparison to the first one. Not saying this is bad, but this looks a little bit more robust and more interactive. Now, like I said at the start, you also have the ability to generate documents with this new Grok Canvas feature. So essentially, this is where I am asking it to write an essay on large language models, and you can see it hard at work. And what you can do afterwards is you can even download the file, you can even copy it, and then you can even export it if you have it connected to your Google Drive. For example, take a look at this demo where we see the Google Drive integration in action. You can drop in a spreadsheet and Grok will instantly turn it into a polished sales report, complete with charts as well as key insights. And you can see right now it is working thoroughly to generate the sales report for you. And I believe this is definitely a game changer, because with integrations with apps like Google Drive, where you can access many of the other Google suite of tools, it's going to make it super easy for you to work on using AI in your day-to-day tasks. Here is another example of someone creating an AI newsletter generator. In this case, you can see that it does a pretty decent job in creating something like this. Now, you probably know this feature, but you also have the capability of generating images. I know this is something that was already released, but this makes Grok an all-rounder model. In this case, you can do something from generating reports, working with different documents with various integrations, working on generating code, and now you also have the ability to generate pretty good looking images like this river otter playing a ukulele. Let's try something new. Let's have it create a web app for an image generator. So right away, you can see that it's creating the plan, and now the code is being generated for this image editor. And let's take a look at it once it finishes within the preview tab. And there we go. Right away, we have a simple image editor that was fully generated. You have the ability to upload your files. You can then change the filters like the brightness, the contrast, cropping it, as well as applying the crop, as well as downloading the image. So let's test this out. I've uploaded the xAI logo. You can change the brightness, which is cool. Let's now tweak the contrast, leave it as that, but let's make it super bright. And then now we can go ahead and download it. So in this case, it did create the functionality of a simple image editor. You can obviously add more features like changing various sorts of things like saturation, adding various components to this image to make this app better. But in summary, this is a great way for you to easily get visualizations of whatever is being generated. If you like this video and would love to support the channel, you can consider donating to my channel through the super thanks option below. Or you can consider joining our private Discord, where you can access multiple subscriptions to different AI tools for free on a monthly basis, plus daily AI news and exclusive content, plus a lot more. But that's basically just for today's video on the Grok Studio. This is something that you can try out completely for free if you do not have access to the paid subscription to Grok. So definitely recommend that you try it out. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the Universe of AI, which is my second channel. I'm constantly posting videos over here, so definitely go ahead and subscribe. Follow me on the newsletter, join our Discord, as well as stay up to date with the latest AI news off of Twitter. But with that thought, guys, make sure you subscribe to the main channel if you haven't already. Like this video, turn on the notification bell, and make sure you take a look at our previous videos. But with that thought, guys, have an amazing day, spread positivity, and I'll see you guys fairly shortly. Peace out, fellas.